Hey guys, today I'm going to be discussing whether it's too late to invest in Tesla. Now, recently Tesla has been trading at quite high prices. It's recently gone up to about 1500 USD per share, which is an all-time high for the stock. And in this video today, I'm going to be discussing and analysing some factors that may influence the price in the future. So first of all, we have the potential to join the S&P 500. Now, on the 22nd of July, Tesla are expected to announce their fourth straight quarter of profit, and in doing so, they will complete a key requirement for joining the S&P 500, and it will mean that they're on the verge of doing so. Successfully joining the S&P 500 will increase the demand for shares, which will also drive up the price. However, it is possible that this potential S&P 500 announcement is already baked into the current share price, so people are already paying a premium for this potential announcement to happen. And also, if Tesla are unsuccessful in doing so, in joining the S&P 500, then we could see a sharp decline as people start to pull their money out, sell off the stock, and move their money elsewhere. So next up we have production increase. Now, with lockdown easing across many parts of the world, including a lot of parts of Europe, the demand for Tesla is on the rise, and that is because a lot of people are going back to their day-to-day lives, which includes driving on a daily basis. So more people are going to be looking to, buy a car, buy a Tesla. It was also announced a couple of weeks ago that Tesla had hit 90k deliveries in Q2, and that crushes the 72k that was predicted for them. On top of that, Tesla is targeting 500k deliveries for 2020, with a new factory being set up in China to build Model 3s, acting as a catalyst for this. And if they do achieve the 500k for the year, then this will be up from 388k in 2019. So again, this is quite a promising sign, especially for a year where we've had the coronavirus hit the world. So we've also got to look at the long-run mission for Tesla. So regardless of the current share price, there's no denying that Tesla has a massive amount of potential to be one of the biggest companies in the world if it can dominate the sustainable car market. They have a very positive long-run mission to change the world for the better by creating environmentally friendly products in a infinitely scalable market. And as a current market leader, Tesla is in pole position to grow their market share in this electric car market. And we all know that petrol and diesel cars will get phased out eventually. So the electric car market is obviously going to keep growing in the future. But on the other hand, Tesla do have competition from other large organisations, both now and in the future, as well as existing startups in the field. So Amazon is one. Amazon has already invested 2.5 billion into a company called Rivian, which is an electric car startup company. They've also invested into a company called Zoox for $1.2 billion, which is a driverless car startup. And Amazon have got a lot of money as they are a global powerhouse. So they've got a lot of money to play with, essentially. So another one is Uber. They're also likely to venture into the industry in the future and to try and gain some market share at some point. They also have large financial backing from their investors. And then we've obviously got the existing car brands such as Mercedes, BMW. They already have electric car lineups that they're producing right now, and they're likely to put more funding into this sector in the future as petrol and diesel cars do start to get phased out. And then some of you may have heard of Nikola Motors. That's a startup that's been gaining ground recently in the electric vehicle market. And they do specialise in heavy-duty battery-operated and fuel cell-operated vehicles. But they have recently announced they had 14,000 pre-orders for their vehicles. So that is quite a promising sign coming from them. And the next 5 to 10 years is going to be absolutely massive for Tesla. If they can keep growing their current market share, they currently have 17% of the market share for electric vehicles. If they can keep growing that, then obviously the sky's the limit for the company. But if they do start to get crowded out by other big organizations like Amazon, then we could see their stock price start to drop off in the future. So having a large fan base and a cult-like following can be an advantage for Tesla, but it also can have its downsides. So Elon Musk and Tesla do both have quite a large following, and both Elon and the company Tesla are extremely trendy right now, and both are slowly becoming household names across a lot of the Western world. So new people entering the stock market often tend to stick to familiarity, so they stick to stocks that they've heard of. So that means that they could be biased towards investing in companies such as Tesla. So yeah, with the growth of beginner-friendly investment apps such as like Robinhood, for example, we could be seeing a lot of new money coming in from beginner investors, and that could mean that money starts to flood into Tesla, which will obviously drive up the price. But on the flip side, Elon Musk can be a bit controversial at times, and he has been known to get himself into trouble with the media before. So with the eyes of many people in the world on his actions, then Tesla's only one PR incident away from quite a sharp decline that obviously is going to be very bad on the price in the future. So that's obviously something to watch out for. So it kind of shows that having a large fan base does have its pros, but it also can have its problems as well. So finally, we're also going to mention the revenue growth. So Tesla's predicted revenue for 2021 is $39.9 billion, which is a 38% increase compared to the $26 billion that they've achieved over the last 12 months. So if Tesla can keep up this fast rate of revenue growth, then we could be looking at 50 billion revenue by 2022. So if this is the case, then and the stock stays around the current price of about $1,500, then the price to sales ratio by 2022 would be between 5 and 6. So only 2 months ago, Tesla's price to sales ratio was under 4, which is much more attractive to investors, and it did show that there was room for growth at that price. But now it has gone up in price. We could start to see the price start to plateau in the long run, or in the next couple years. So yeah, having the PS ratio of between 5 and 6 might not be as attractive to investors as it was before. But on the other hand, the PS ratio is still quite low compared to some other large companies. So for example, Microsoft has a PS ratio of over 11. So if you compare it to Microsoft, for example, it is still fairly low. So PS ratio, it's not the be all and end all at all, but it's obviously something to consider when you're evaluating whether you should buy the stock or not. So the final verdict: is it too late to invest in Tesla? I'm going to keep it quite short and simple. I think yes and no. So I think it's too late to invest in Tesla right now. I think the price at the moment is a little bit too high. I think we're in a little bit of a bubble right now. I think we will start to see some people selling off and the price to come back down. But I think that in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time, I think the price will be above $1,500. So I certainly think that it's not a bad time to buy. I think you'll make money in the next 5 years, 10 years. But I think if you were to hold off a little bit, you could get a little bit of a better price on the stock. But obviously all of that is completely my opinion. It's not advice at all. You should go out and do your own research completely. Don't take what I say for fact at all. And everyone should go and do their own research. And that's all for this video, guys. Please make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. And don't be afraid to leave a comment. Let me know what you think about Tesla. Let me know if you're a holder or if you're thinking about getting into the stock. I'd be really interested to see what you have to say. And until next time, guys, thanks for watching.